Hello and welcome to this episode of Scrapnik TV. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to load and use scribble brushes in Photoshop Elements. This is Photoshop Elements 11 that I'm using, but it will be fairly similar in other versions of Elements and also in Photoshop. So to start off with, I've got a paper open here, and then I'm going to click my little brush here under the draw. There's one that looks like a paintbrush. And we're going to come down here and we're going to click on this arrow. And here this is showing us all of the default brushes that come with your program. But we're not going to use these. We're actually going to click on this little box that gives you a new menu. And we're going to click on Load Brushes. And this takes us, so I've got a couple of brush sets in my resource library. I'll be using the Everyday Brush set, also the Scribble brush set. And if you notice in the file, each of these scribbles is saved as a PNG, so you can use them that way as well. But if you click on the ABR file and click Open, it loads it into your system now. And now we can just change the size, change the opacity, and whatever color we want to work with, we change here. And then you want to make sure that you create a new layer for each one so that you can move them around and make changes to them. But then you just click onto your paper, just like that. And we do a new layer and choose a different one. And yet another one. And you can even, kind of move it over a little. Again, you can change the opacity to make it blend in a little more on your paper, depending on what you want. Same with these. Then we add more. Make this one bigger. So you can even take that one and you can show the bounding box. Oh, and I did those two on the same layer. But you can keep those and then you can do a file or an edit. Now, let's see. Select. No, we don't want to select all of it. If you hold down Alt there and you copy it, and then you can turn it so that if you're wanting kind of this to kind of border all the way around all four sides, then click the green check mark. I'm going to take off the bounding box. Anyway, and you can move them around, change the color on them. If you want to change it to white, you can do that. Let's see, maybe do this one with the white. So you can make lots of fun different looks on your papers or on your elements using these brushes. Super easy to load, super easy to use, and they can add a lot of different fun and dimension to your papers. So thank you for joining me. You can find other tutorials for Photoshop Elements on my YouTube channel under the DigiCrafter or on my website at thedigicrafter.com.